Hello people and welcome to episode 19. This is it, Judgment Day. In the end of the last episode I explained what exactly is important to not get cockblocked by YouTube's shitty ranking system and to prevent the videos from getting shadow banned. Both last mod reviews got absolutely nowhere, of course, as usual, but this time you know what to do and should be able to react in time. The final decision will be made according to how this episode does. If the same thing happens again, if this episode gets destroyed too, then I guess this is just how you all want it to be, and it will probably be the last episode, at least of Fallout 4 mods. It's ironical really, because this time there were really lots of good mods again, and I had to divide it into episodes again. However, if this one fails, part 2 will probably never be made. Well, the decision is yours, not mine. So, let's do this. You probably noticed enough times how artificial and robotic the NPCs can seem sometimes. One way to change this is Realistic Conversations by Gorgala, a mod which does several changes to the whole social interaction system between NPCs and also the way NPCs interact with the player character.
Any word from your brother?
Nothing yet. He's been missing so long. I don't think there's much hope.
I'm sorry. I know how hard this has been.
NPCs will talk to each other more frequently, and while they do, there will also be no weird delay between sentences. Of course, that does not mean that you will be bombarded with dialogues, and it will take some time to notice, but after a while you should be able to pick up all kinds of new conversations, because the NPCs will know who they already talked to and who not. Another more noticeable feature is that now the NPCs won't greet you or initiate conversations from across the room. You will have to get much closer or even start the dialogue yourself to get noticed. In other words, the sole survivor won't be the center of attention the whole time anymore. That way the NPCs will seem less like robots programmed to activate only once you are in range. All this sure makes the conversations way more realistic than what the default game offers, and ups the immersion factor a good bit. Yeah, so speaking of conversations and all, there is a couple of custom voice followers again, and the first one is very direct. Desire the Rogue Cursor by Viper Venom 1977, waiting for us at the entrance to Vault 111.
What do you need, sweetie?
Yes, without a question, the mod everybody has been waiting for, a skimpy, deadly, cursed sex doll follower who will follow you right away, without any questions asked. Because who the fuck needs a backstory with such looks, anyway?
You interested in traveling together?
Sure, if you'll have me.
If you're heading out, why not come with me?
Sounds good, let's go.
I mean, she is even literally called Desire, so it's not like this needs any kind of explanation. This is what we want, right? A girl who will follow us anywhere, anytime, and fulfill every request without hesitation, no matter how sick or dirty it is.
Go check that out.
You got it.
That's right, work this spot, you little... But jokes aside, she is fully voiced with basic dialogue and even has a fully working affinity system and a perk, like all the vanilla followers.
Your thoughts?
We're so popular. Everyone wants to murder us.
Yeah, the voice acting is not really that impressive, but it's quite okay.
Oh, okay, no problem.
She has a custom gun and a custom outfit. There are also some more skimpy outfits you can craft for her at the camp station. And since she had a connection with the Institute in the past, she will be able to teleport in and out, unlike vanilla followers. Bottom line, this is a good custom voice follower, without question, unless your class is Social Justice Warrior, then it is probably incompatible with this mod. The second custom voice follower will seem very familiar to you, because it's another one of those. Kirana Beast Girl Mutant by Darklin XXX, who can be found in the Mole Red Den again under the Red Rocket.
You ready to head out?
Whatever you say.
This is pretty much the same as Zerna from episode 4, except that Zerna was a half Deathclaw mutant, and this one can be half several creatures of your choosing. Just like with the other mod, there is an insane amount of customization options here. You can choose between different body textures, tails, fangs, feet, ears, horns, eyes, hair. It's much more stuff than the last time. There's also, of course, a shitload of outfits again for this specific body. But remember what I said the last time. Next, a sexy red scorpion, please. And there's cheetah, cow, fox, everything, but no red scorpion. Seriously, nobody ever listens to me. Such a disappointment. Okay, unfortunately we have to talk about Fallout 76. Of course, most fans are upset about the whole thing being multiplayer only, and somebody even made this. A background replacer for the main menu. I mean, yeah, I get it, they are killing PlayerOne. But is it really necessary to be reminded of this every time we start the game? I don't know. But I sure am certain about the next mod. I would say it's not just useful, it's fucking revolutionary. Active effects on HUD by Wolfmark. Lots of different stuff we can get high on in Fallout, but the game doesn't tell us what exactly we are on. But with this awesome mod, all the active effects will be displayed on the side of the screen, similar to what the Sky UI does in Skyrim. There is a timer and even the names of the items used. This might actually be even better than what we have in Skyrim. Seriously, is this for real? This is outstanding! And that's not all. There is also a new tab in the Pip-Boy for active effects, which again looks similar to what we have in Skyrim, I just have to point it out. And of course, there is also an MCM menu, and you can configure what exactly you want to see, and when exactly you want to see it. For example, only display stuff when the weapon is drawn, and so on. This is just wow. I think this is definitely a landmark mod and deserves much more attention. Absolutely approved. The next mod is also quite something and offers a lot for the eyes and ears, but mostly ears. Galaxy News Radio 2.0 by Julian Productions and Entertainment. A complete, legitimate new radio station.
Ever had that nightmare in which you get attacked by huge robot skeletons? Me neither. Not until the Rust Devils came to the Commonwealth at least. Rust Devils are a raider group that don't like, well, anyone. Their only interest is taking tech and building robots in order to be able to take more tech and build more robots.
Remember Galaxy News Radio in Fallout 3 with this crazy guy called 3Dog? Well, this here is DJ Cerberus, the representative of Galaxy News Radio in the Commonwealth. So what we get is a fully legitimate radio station with songs, news about events set in motion and decisions you made, but above all that there is also a GNR-themed dungeon with a quest.
Alert, intruder detected. Alert, raise defenses activated.
Holy shit, that's a lot of security. Who would have thought a radio company could afford this kind of tech? This dungeon is of course another vault, and there is even someone to greet us.
Fucking raiders. Well, you're not getting out of here alive, asshole.
Well, we shall see about that. Oh, come on, this shit is getting old. This vault is indeed quite big and is built like a maze, but I think it's pretty obvious what or who we will find at the end.
How on earth did you survive that? Fuck it. Come get me, you bastard.
It is a really entertaining and fun quest. The vault has enough clutter in it, and this guy will crack jokes and taunts depending on which room you enter. Without a question, a great mod, and also deserves way more attention. And now we get to those things which always get the most attention. Service Rifle by Deadpool 2099, the Shiny Hexorus and Friends. The Service Rifle from Fallout New Vegas makes an appearance once again. Reborn, even more detailed and beautiful. Seriously, the amount of detail on this one is just insane. I know I said this before, but this time it's serious. But anyway, there is also a little quest. Basically, you just have to find this dead body and you will have some photos on him. Those are hints for the locations of the legendary unique service rifles, because there are quite a few in this mod. But anyway, back to the actual weapon. Everything custom made. Models, textures, animations and the customization. Don't even get me started on the customization. It's completely unlike all the other mods I reviewed so far. It's like every attachment has a unique appearance and will indeed make the gun look different, not just the stats. Another unique feature here is the ability to mod upper and lower receivers separately, and the receivers from the vanilla game are called trigger mechanisms instead. Scopes and sights will look different depending on what kind of upper receiver you select. The lower receivers are responsible for the caliber of the weapon and will also visually change the magazine types. The barrels, of which there are a lot, will also make the weapon look completely different, and the same goes for the stocks and muzzles. And of course there are a lot of different paints and stickers for the final touch, including some badass looking legendaries mentioned earlier. I think words just can't do it justice. Just keep your eyes peeled, stare at all this glory, I'll be quiet over here. The next weapon is also really beautiful. Mk14 EBR Redux by Vendetta and War Daddy. Looks like they tried to reduce the weight as much as possible by cutting off unnecessary parts. But way more interesting is this. The Brotherhood of Steel has been apparently working on a new type of ammunition called Heaven's Gate. Not bad, although I think the micro-nuke sounds funnier. And yes, that sure is a one-way ticket to heaven for everyone who stands on the other side of the barrel, that's for sure. The amount of visual customization on this one is not as high as on the previous weapon, of course, but it all still looks really good. 25 receivers, 12 camo skins, 5 mags, 6 barrels, 4 muzzles, 4 stocks, 3 ammo types, 9 scopes, 21 reticles and 3 attachments. The classic laser flashlight suppressor combo. The next mod has a very interesting concept. Mk14 9 America's Worst by XS. This is supposed to be a combination of a Thompson, an Uzi and a Tec-9. Not sure how this would function in the real world, but modding is art, so it's cool to do this kind of crazy stuff. There is also a little quest on this one too. Nothing special, but needs to be done, because it leads to some distribution settings and so on. Since this weapon is, at least partially, based on an Uzi, it has quite a high rate of fire. The customization here is a bit more funny too. Lots of makeshift stuff, like the very tactical cable-tied flashlight, the bottle suppressor, and lots of tape. The infamous blue tape strikes again here. Don't ask me about it. I dig the shoe Makuzi way more anyway. It's a legendary which increases movement speed among other stuff, because there's a shoe. Of course it works that way. And here comes the final weapon. Are you ready? Winchester P94 by Sneaky? Okay, we have seen many beautiful weapons today, but this takes the cake, hands down. This model just looks so creative and professional. It is actually based on the plasma caster from Fallout New Vegas, but seriously, there are like worlds between those two models. This modder has without question some real talent and should apply for a job at Bethesda. Even if they won't take him, some other company definitely will. I mean, just look at this. But okay, all this is great of course, but let's see the good piece in action. Whoa, that thing has a serious kick. In the description, the modder said he never integrated any weapons into the game before, and it turned out disastrous. But I don't really get the issue here. I mean, this is awesome! Look at this! The recoil is so strong I have to pull the analog stick all the way down! It's like fighting a fire hose or something. Such power! It also kinda looks like it shoots several bullets. It's a bit like a spray. But seriously, even if none of this is intended, I think it is really funny. And with that said, this is it for this episode. As already said, the armors and quest mods will be reviewed in the next episode. Don't forget what's important: full reviews without skips, likes and comments, all this preferably in the first 24 hours. The sooner the better, of course, and let's hope we can defeat YouTube this time. The links to all mods are as always in the description. I thank you all for watching and see you around. Maybe not, it's up to you really.